Hello Aries, and welcome to your 2019 year tarot reading. I am Jade and welcome to my Yes 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 channel, and I really hope that you resonate with what is going to be read for you. I'm going to do one card for each month, then I'll do a clarifier, and then I will also do an overall theme from an oracle deck. And then each month in our monthlies, we'll be pulling these cards out to use them as an overall as well. So if you are resonating with this, please like, share, and subscribe. And feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're interested in a personal reading, all of that information is in the box below. So let's get started. We're going to use the Line Strider deck. I have pre-shuffled, but I'll do a few more. Well, let's start again. For Aries for 2019. What's going on? Maybe I shuffled enough. Let me try one more. Aries for 2019. There we go. All right. So what's happening for Aries in January for 2019? We have the Seven of Cups. Now, I'm not going to be reading any reversals because I feel like the energies are clear on their own. I do read reversals in regular readings, but since this is a different kind of layout, I'm not really going to worry about the reversals. It's really important that we look at the whole of the card anyway. So Seven of Cups, there's some choices for you happening in January. You're a little undecided about which way to go. Maybe there is a new focus. It's a new year, so sometimes we make choices to move forward in one direction. Maybe it's, a new health regime, or it could be a new creative project, working, taking even a new job, ending a relationship, starting a new relationship. So that's what the beginning of the year tends to put us in, is that, it puts us in this place of making new choices to change our lives and get us closer to our purpose. And so you have a lot of choices, some indecision happening for you in January. We'll see what that's about when we clarify. Now for February, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it looks like that you have made a choice, or at least you're working, and maybe that wasn't anything to do with the Seven of Cups there, but this Eight of Pentacles is that you are strong in the way in which you are working. Your material matters are taken care of. You're being looked at as an authority on having been able to balance your life out. So Pentacles, they're your earth signs. They have to do with food, clothing, shelter, health, wellness, and then also about hard work and about money. So financially, you might have been working towards something, and now you're to a place where people are looking at you as an authority figure, or someone who has mastered a way in which to save money or to make money. So there's some mastery here for you in February. We'll see what that pentacle really is about. It's about money or health or whatnot when we get to the February reading. So what do we have for March for Aries? The Queen of Pentacles. So it looks to me like we're on a Pentacles kick here. So earth signs, which would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Queen could very well be, well, the way I'm reading it is this is your energy. So so you're setting yourself up for being of this power, this energy in March. So yes, you've been recognized as being authoritative. You have accomplished quite a bit in February, and so now you are sitting beautifully in this accomplishment in March. You are nurturing what more you can in this Pentacles situation. So if that happens to be your health, if that happens to be your work, you are nurturing it, you're growing it, you're taking care of it, and you're doing so in the sweetest of ways. So there's no fighting, there's no struggle, it's just coming to you naturally. The queens are the queen, you know, they're receptive. They are of the feminine element. So you're receiving the accolades that the pentacles of your hard work have been brought to you. Okay, so that's a great March. I like that, Queen. Okay, let's see for April. We have the Devil. It's something where there's something that's pulling you away from your mastery. And it could be just something that's burning on the inside. That's, you know, this little tiny voice, you know, on your shoulder, that little devil on the shoulder. Something's been gnawing at you, and in April, we're going to be giving into that energy. You're going to give into whatever is, so say you quit smoking years ago, but all of a sudden you feel like having a cigarette. Or same thing, you might be drinking a little bit more than normal. You're going to give into a little bit more of that behavior in April. Something that's not quite good for you, something that brings on some frustration and some heartache. You're allowing for that energy in April. We'll see what that's about though. Okay, so for May, for Aries, we have the 7 of Wands. So now you are setting your boundaries. This is your suit, the fire suit. You're setting your boundaries and you're sticking your ground. So whatever it is that you've been working on, and maybe it's just specifically this month in May, you are standing your ground and you're not allowing anybody to set foot across your boundary. You're being firm. Now, in here, this is your birthday season, so you know you might have allowed for some trespasses during your birthday season, or kind of, you know, went into this energy and played a little bit more than normal, and now you're having to be firm up your boundaries. Maybe other people are starting to take advantage of you because you allowed for things, or you kind of went into the dark side in April, but now you're being clear about it in May. Okay, so let's see for June. The Sun. Well, that's perfect. It's a perfect, beautiful card for June. So you have some lovely energy coming in June. This is a Leo card. It is everything that is bright and shining within you. Energy, vitality, playfulness. This is coming back to a childlike sense of wonder and that purity. So there's going to be a lot of play. So after setting these boundaries, and it's clear we need to set healthy boundaries in order for us to fully enjoy life. So good for you, Aries. Again, more fire energy for you. Wonderful. Let's see what's coming up in July. The World card. So the World could be, and I'm not seeing like a cycle completing itself necessarily, but there's also this this sense of the next step, expanding, you know, the dream on top of the dream. The further that we go, you know, there's travel involved in the world. There's something that's beyond the horizon. So something is really opening up for you, and it's, you know, we took this turn starting in June, and now we're opening up in July. Something is really going to come in for you, or actually, I'm sorry, you're going to go out more. You're going to expand yourself more in July, and we'll see what that's about when we get there. So in August, what do we have for Aries 2019 in August? The Fool. Well, okay. So if we're ending a cycle, then we're beginning a new one. I'll take it, cards. The other thing is that, you know, again, we're going to the next step. We're leveling up, and when we level up, we're in this whole new fresh zone. Things feel like raw, right? The skin has to get used to this new area. So the Fool is the role that you're taking on in August. It's a whole new beginning. It's a whole new light that is cast in this chapter, right? So there could be a change in job. There could be even it could just be a minute change where, you know, you're looking at life a little differently, and this is your rose-colored glass. And it doesn't have to be rose. It could be actually what you're seeing things truthfully for what they are as they are. But this beginning in August is beautiful because we have this nice turn that June is leading us up to this beautiful place in August. So now let's move on to September for Aries. Oh, here we go. The King of Cups. He is the master of the suit of water, and the water suit is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. The thing about the king is that he's loving, he's adoring, but because he has so much power, sometimes it can be too much. Sometimes he can be overbearing with his love. Sometimes he can be there's too much water, and there always needs to be a balance. So if we're going from this place of being fresh and new, and then we have this energy of the King of Cups in September, it's quite a jump. We've taken quite a jump. We've chosen a path, and then we've jumped right to the end of that path of water. So we'll see what this is about. Maybe there's a relationship where you have to, be strong and be in the sense of water, and it's possible that this could be an energy that's coming towards you. But really, this is the overall energy of the month. So this really strong and passionate and almost all-encompassing energy of emotions is taking over in September. Okay, Aries, that's different for you, Mr. Fire, Mr. Let's act, let's make this happen. It'll be interesting to see you in your emotions. So October for the Aries. Now we're the Queen. So if the King was too much, maybe we need to sit back into the Queen. Okay, so you have this couple here. Both of these energies, I think it's just kind of you trying on these different roles. September, October, you're feeling things out, you're feeling things through. It's a different place for you, right? It's a whole new world starting this next half of this year, 2019, where you're moving from being, a quick action-oriented, making things happen, being witty, being sharp, being on point, and there's nothing wrong with that by all means, but there's something about going with the flow here. She's more in flow than he is. She's more allowing and nurturing and also receiving. Same energy, the Queen here is the receptive energy. So this could be that you tried to force some love and now you realize, I can relax into the love. So this emotion is coming towards you and you are receiving it here in October. That is beautiful, Aries. That is beautiful. Okay, so for November, the Eight of Wands. This is more movement and more quickness. This is a card that you love. So for Aries, Wands is your suit, your fire suit, and we're moving forward. We're taking action. Things are happening quickly again. So we had these couple of months of feeling things, and now you're back to your old self, your beautiful self, your self of quick action and making things happen. So we'll see more about what that actually is when we get there. Okay. So for December, we have the Knight of Wands. Again, here you are. So we're moving and we're moving. What I'll say is that, there is a graduation here because now you're into the court cards. This feels like you to me. This feels like I'm a person of action. I want to get things done. I have goals. I have, I'm working with this world. I'm very clear on what my purpose is, and I want to move forward in that. The Knight is going to bring this motion and this energy in fast. So with you taking that on, you are fully in your power here later in the year. You were never not in your power as long as all of this. I think the only time is, during your birthday season when you were kind of playing and allowing for a little bit more than normal, but everything seems to be pretty empowered here. And so now you are ending the year strong and completely in the role of Aries, in the role of bringing yourself forward to the next year. So let's get some clarifiers. Let's see what we can find out. The Seven of Cups for Aries in January. What are these choices about? This indecision. We have the Storks. We have the choice of the new beginnings. Obvious. So that's obvious. There are so many choices to begin your year. So let us find out when we get there. I'm going to be doing those readings here pretty soon. So we'll see what this new beginning, what all of these choices are. So now for February, this Eight of Pentacles, we have the Man. So I've been reading this not necessarily as a person, but as an energy, but we can read it as a person too if we like. So first thing, I'll do it as a person. If you have relationships with the masculine energy, with the masculine, if that's the energy that you prefer, then what's happening here is this masculine energy is going to be a part of you feeling as if you have mastered and you're being recognized by this masculine energy. You are going to be solid and secure, and this masculine kind of steps forward and says, hey, I see you. I see you. Now the other thing is that you can take on this masculine energy, and that is a part of what your mastery is here with the Eight of Pentacles, is that you are mastering this masculine. So congratulations. Okay, so let's clarify this Queen of Pentacles, which is, the different energy. And I love that you're bouncing back and forth here. You have kings and queens. So clarifying, the Queen of Pentacles is the Sun. There's a lot of energy and a lot of success here for you in March. This Queen who is receiving and allowing for the necessities of life, food, clothing, shelter, health, wellness, and finance. All of these things are success, and they are coming for you. They will be with you. March is a really good month for you to kind of take stock in all that you've created, sit on it, and enjoy it, and receive more. Keep being in that receptive mode. Okay, so now for April, what's going on with this Devil? Okay, the Rider card. So it's a quick choice that you're going to make. It's going to come in. So an outside energy is coming in that's going to bring you to this Devil place. So the Devil, your energy choosing the Devil is a reactionary because something is coming in. Now that could be, and again we'll find out more, but it could be that you're in a situation where you're with people who might not be the best choices for you to be with, or from the past. You might be seeing people from the past who you're falling back into old habits that you might have given up on in the past or gotten over. You also, with the Devil and it coming in, it's feeling a little tower-like something outside of you is forcing this. Now, again, there's not so much of anything falling apart. Everything looks really good. So it's not a doom and gloom situation, but it is something where you're taking this role, this toxicity on because of an outside force. So when we get to April, that'll be a really interesting reading. We'll see what's going on. And again, this is how the energies are laying out now. Things change. You have the choice to, if it's resonating, great. And if not, then don't take it by any means. Okay, so for May, we have the Bear. The Bear is a finance card, and it's also a nurturing or motherly card. So you're holding your ground due to being strong, and even maybe isolating yourself here financially, perhaps. But maybe it's just specifically about action because, we're talking about the wand suit here, the fire suit. So there is something that is either you're taking a strong stance financially and holding your ground and keeping people out, or you're taking a strong stance in the way in which you're presenting yourself as a nurturer, as a family person in May. There's nobody who's really going to cross that boundary for you. And again, we'll go forward with that in May. So June, we have the sun. Oh, that's not right. Let's see what you really want to say. Okay, this is interesting. The sun and the coffin. The coffin signifies transformation. So the sun could actually be burning open this transformation so that we can move on to the world. The other thing is, what I'm seeing is that there's something that's ending, and the sun is energizing this ending. So this could be, if it's a relationship, it would be a mutually agreed upon parting of ways. You see how that works? So the sun is there guiding it, making it successful, smoothing everything out, even though that there's an ending, okay? It could be that this situation where there's a standoff, and you know, it's a little bit of setting boundaries very clearly, that is ending. So there's a couple different options here that could be happening, but there is an ending, but it's a soft landing of transformation, okay? In July, we have the world. What more can we have? We have the mice. So despite the fact that so much is opening up and expanding, you're nervous about it. That makes sense to me. You know, we've got fears of success. We've got fears of, premature whatever. I don't know where I went with that, but anyway, it makes sense to me that there would be some nervousness and some anxiety with stepping up and leveling up to a new place completely. So this is going to be an underlying energy. We want to make sure that we don't let that take down the house. So we'll talk about how do we make sure that that doesn't have a negative effect on you as you're moving forward and into this new and beautiful world. The Fool with the lilies. So it's the new world of sensuality. It's a new world of antiquity. It's a new world of living, and this makes sense, living sensually. So this is totally different for you, Aries. This is really, I love this because you've taken action, things have happened, things have been soft in the landing, but now you're in this place of really receiving and feeling what it feels like, right? It's not something that is, usually Aries are about action. You know, I act, I am, I know, these are the things. But with this sensuality here, this card of sensuality, we're starting something new, and this could be something that is a new relationship that touches you in a way, literally and figuratively, in a way that is completely different than ever before. Okay, that gives me chills. I really kind of want to know what's going on for you in August, but we'll have to wait. Okay, so September, King of Cups with the birds. There's chatter around you. Now the birds can be gossip, but it's usually conversations happening around you. So if you're in a public situation, it's what everybody else is talking about and how they're perceiving you. So you are being seen, being a little, maybe you're kind of overcorrecting. So we've gone from being, the Aries that acts to the Aries that feels everything, right? And so people are talking about this because the King of Cups feels everything. And it's, again, we talked about it being, maybe it's too much, maybe it's too watery. You get to that place where it's you're eye rolling, because it seems like it's not, because it's a whole new world here for you. The question is this true for you, or are you playing another role? And that's what the conversation is this a role that is true for Aries? Is this a role, or is this just some new role that or some new costume that Aries is trying on and playing around with? So there's a bit of overcorrection. I think the Queen of Cups is when we get to the correct place where you really want to be. And we have the Mountain. So it's slow going, getting there though, from this place to this place. There's some challenges, and it might feel a little lonely, but I think that truthfully, you're going to feel more comfortable in this role. and especially because, you know, the birds, people will stop talking. If you have to remove yourself so that you find this balance of what it feels like, and that's what it really is. It's removing yourself to really feel. And all of this, it may not be a relationship that you're removing yourself from, but it could be, because you know when new relationships happen where we are giddy and it's the honeymoon phase and everything is so amazing, and then we finally get to a place where, you know, it settles in and we have changed, but we're not the ooey gooey changing person anymore. so that, I think you're getting to that role here in October. Now November, we're back to movement, back to Aries, and we have the clover, so there's some good luck here. It's going to be swift, and it's going to feel good. It's going to be soft, and you're going to be able to continue to move forward. Both of these cards don't tell me what's going on, so we'll have to wait until November to see what's really going on there. Finally, December, this Knight of Wands is the Tower. So the Tower in the Lenormand deck, I didn't introduce this deck, I don't think. The Tower in the Lenormand deck is different than the Tower in the Tarot deck. This one has to do with structure, organizations, universities, hospitals, you know, things that are, you know, corporations. So you are back to your energy, you're bringing things forward, and if you are working in a corporation, that's what this is about. This is about you getting back to work, you making yourself known at work, you making a big change at work. If you're a student, it's the same thing. You're plowing through and you're moving forward in university. If it's you know, hospital, if it's any of those, you know, larger organizations, schools, you know, the education realm as well. So you are making yourself known and you're moving forward, and there could be some change that you're making, but it's definitely like a creative, active role that you're back to playing here in December. So that's great. I want to get one more card. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. This is going to be the overall theme, and we will use this. I'll bring this out monthly too. Okay, so for Aries 2019, what is the overall energy? Of course, the sun. That's you. I mean, you know, it's you today. So more fire. That's great. So I'm going to pull the book out for that because there's so much. So the numbers are 5 and 3. We have 8. I love 8s because of the infinity, but also because there's something about, like, there's this quietude about it, like a relaxation into what all has been built up to an 8. So here we are, the sun. The sun is acknowledged by many cultures as the foremost masculine force. In other traditions, it is seen as feminine in her full power. Either way, it is the most brilliant light for all beings and allows life to sprout from the dark, feminine earth. It can be gentle and warming, close to sunrise or sunset, fall or winter, or it can be destructive. Have you been hibernating? And have you been introspective? It's time to come out of your cave and savor the light-giving light of our star. The sun rekindles your passion and your creative energy. Life is calling you to shine your light and to add your lightness and humor to the seriousness around you. Get out and play. Get out and play, Aries. I don't think that that's far from you, but I do think that because we're trying on, you know, we're trying on different parts of yourself, that this is just here to remind you to get out and play and be yourself through this new development of self. There's so much here for you, so much beauty. This is a great reading. I really hope you enjoyed it, Aries. I look forward to seeing how this develops. Again, leave me a comment or like, share, and subscribe. And I'll speak with you all soon. We'll do January here shortly. All right, that's what I have for you. Thanks so much, and I'm sending you all my love.